There we go. I am muted. I'm not muted anymore. Thank you for that, Mooncast. I was muted for a while.
Oh,
Thank you. Ready for Vaughn. New releases. So, yeah, couldn't hear me for the first little bit. All right. Next, this is going to Esto, Saskatchewan. We put out a bunch of Volume 2 Punisher, and people have been picking them apart. It's a series that, no major thing happens, but people like having this in their collection. And when it pops up, and also late in the game, Savage Sword of Conan. People, they scoop the issues, when you get a run of them in, people find out and they're like, oh, I need this issue and that issue, and $10 books, $3 books. That's how it goes. What are we working on in the back? I have a big Mad magazine collection that I picked up a while ago, and so we're prepping it, pulling all the magazines out of their bags and boards, getting them ready so I can grade and photo and all that kind of stuff. And it's as early as like when Mad was this size, the comic book size, so we have a few of those. Those are really hard to find. And a couple of people have been asking for it, and we get people who come in strictly looking for Mad magazines. So I guess I got to cater to it. And it's funny, some things that I don't have that much interest in, like, can actually do well. Like, I've discovered over the last couple of years that Conan the Barbarian, Savage Sword of Conan, I'm not a big fan of that kind of thing, but they actually do quite well. But I did put out a huge Conan Saga run, which is magazine sized, and reprints a bunch of the Savage Sword. We've never really had a big run of it, and put it out, and I think we've only sold like 2 issues from it. So maybe that one's a slow build over the years, And that is a thing that you have to consider when you are buying a collection. And I tell people that it's not just the perceived value of the books, it's the length of time that you have to sit on stuff to sell it. And there are things that take years to sell. Like you buy a run of something and it could take 3 years. I have books from every now and again you make a sale and you go pull out a back issue and you're like, oh wow, look at the price tag on this. It's from like 10 years ago, So that's what you consider. I've got the best morning comic show. Why, thank you. We just did the what comics are people buying. I have no idea what I'm really calling it, but we started doing that last couple weeks, and I think I might turn that into a live show, and every Wednesday morning go live pulling the comics that people are buying. Yeah, I just thought that might be a little more engaging for people. I think this is the last DC previews. I think we're out now. But thank you for that, David. Coffee. Didn't used to be a coffee drinker, but now I am. It's crazy how things become habitual. And you kind of, even though you're not craving something, you still buy it out of habit. Oh man, invoice should go in. We should put an invoice in. Shebang buy this comic book. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. ready for Saskatchewan. All right, we have a bunch of My Little Pony ratio comics, and so yeah, this one is going out to Manchester, New Haven. There we go. It's a little reimagining of Romeo and Juliet, if you're into the classics. They recently did the Odyssey. They did a retelling of that with the ponies. My Little Pony is a book that we sell a few in the store. But we really bring it in for the conventions because we sell a lot in the conventions. I would like to order more, but like sitting on stock for, you know, 3 seasons worth can be a little tough. You just it's hard to sit on product all the time. You gotta really be selling to be able to do that. We do it a little bit here and there. Some freebies. How about Amazing Spider-Man #1, Hulk #1, and free Wonder Woman. No, that's Barda, Big Barda. Sorry. Who knows what this person reads? Maybe they only like My Little Pony. Maybe that's it. Marvel movies. Marvel movies. How do they affect our sales? A lot of the times after something comes out, you get a few people. Nothing. It doesn't do much crazy sales or crazy traffic. But like, if something's really good and some teenagers who've never really read comics, but they're like, oh my God, I want to come in and check out whatever. Like when Winter Soldier came out, people really liked Bucky. So we got some new people coming in looking for Winter Soldier trades, like they wanted to read more about the character. When Hawkeye was on Disney Plus, people started coming in, and we still get people buying that Matt Fraction collected graphic novel. Actually, I think it might collect Matt Fraction and Jeff Lemire. I'm not completely sure, but it's a big one. It's a thick one. But like for sales, whenever movies are announced, that's when we start selling key books. So it's like years before the movie comes out, or as characters get announced or leaked that they're going to be in there, they may be in there, then people start buying those first appearances. So it's well before. And then when the movie is released, when, you know, whatever little cameo or little hints to things, then people start buying like the day of, like on release day, because the movie comes out on Thursday. But I guess they've done those big fancy celebrity screenings that some people get word of things, and so that kind of does it. But if the movie is really well done and people want to learn more of the character, we do get some people coming in and buying trades. But by no means does it bring in a ton of sales. I've reached out to the theaters before and have asked, like, hey, could we set up a little table and just, you know, have some comics, some toys, and let people know we're there. But Cineplex does not allow anybody to kind of solicit in that way. It's just against their policy, so they just don't allow it, which is a shame, because it would be really cool to do a setup outside of a movie. And what are you gonna do, all right, so we submit to CGC for people. People mail stuff in for us to submit, and we do some pressing. So this is a couple of books someone got. You got Hulk the End 9.8 and The Death of Damien, Batman Incorporated. So those are going to head back to him. CGC is slower now. They used to be about a month turnaround, but now you're looking at like 3 months. I do need to grab some bubble wrap. And I guess I gotta start telling people, like, if you could like the videos, you know, do a little favor and just click the old like buttons. And if you're so keen to subscribe to us, you know, trying to get more subscribers, that would be a little bonus for us. Whenever I'm watching my the shows that I watch, every single one says like, subscribe, you know. I think I'm overwrapping these as I try to chat and do work. But yeah, every video I watch, they're always saying like and subscribe, help us out. And I don't usually do that. But, you know, sometimes you gotta do things you don't normally like. So, like, subscribe, share, talk about us. Help us grow our business, because we can't do it on our own. Guest appearance right there. But thank you for asking the question. I gave you a long-winded answer. Crack open more previews. I think this is the last bundle of previews. We've given out quite a few. Even in store, people have been taking these. Predator versus Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 1. And on pre-sale this week, due on Monday, is the Godzilla versus Spider-Man, written by Joe Kelly. We ordered the Fantastic Four one, and writing to Joe Kelly, he was saying how good the story was for Fantastic Four Godzilla that was done by Ryan North. So we ordered more than we thought we were going to order, just because he said how good it was. So yeah, the Godzilla stories. All right, this is ready for Southern Ontario, and that's it. I gotta finish tidying the shop because we got stuff all over the place, and then I'm gonna work on, I think, some back issues. All the pre-sales are set. I don't know, I'm sure there's something else I have to do, but anyway, it's New Comic Wednesday, so we'll see some people thrown in the store in a few minutes. We open in 3 minutes. Thanks for hanging out, and continue to follow us, and all will be well. Have a good day, everybody. Do good things.